7:25 is the time. Now, at a little over 50 years of age, I have seen some changes to the way we live our lives. And nowhere are those developments more apparent than in the very many ways we're able to communicate and link up with each other nowadays. Mobile phones, tweeting, email, Facebook and so on have had a massive effect, and we can now get in touch with just about anybody, anywhere, at any time of the day or night. Now that poses something of a question for faith groups who have a great message to get across: how to take full advantage of the information revolution. Something that BBC Radio Leicester's John Florence has been investigating.
This is the BBC Radio Leicester newsroom. There are arrays of computers, the hum of activity as journalists read emails, look at Facebook and Twitter. Ease of communication is really the name of the game where news gathering is concerned. But is the church really up with the digital revolution?
My name's Keith Cousins. I'm the media officer for the Diocese of Leicester. We do use social media. We use Facebook and Twitter very regularly. We've got well over 1,000 followers on Twitter now. We're also trying to encourage individual vicars and parishes to start using social media as well. And in fact, we're running a training session next month at our clergy conference, which will be all about social media and how they can use it to engage new people, perhaps to come to church.
Pastor Roy Todd of the Junction Church in Loughborough sees social media as a vital tool for evangelisation. He is indeed evangelical about the new means of communication.
We have made the assumption that before anybody will ever come along to our church, they will check out our website, and if they don't like the website, then there's a good chance that they won't come along to the church. So we've really worked hard at making that interactive, and within the website we guide people to the social media networks as well. And we just see Facebook and Twitter as a means of connecting with people, keeping them informed, engaging with the congregation, and hopefully encouraging people to come along to church. We actually encourage people to tweet and Facebook during the service to let people know what is actually happening. And that is just a way of sort of capturing. It's not the same as being in the service, but it kind of captures the atmosphere a little bit. You know, it's probably going to be an inspirational quote, for example, or something that's happened that's interesting during the service. Their non-Christian friends, their on-church friends might just look at that and say, well, you know, I might just go along to that church and check it out for myself. So we think it's a really important way of engaging with people who are unchurched.
Pastor Roy Todd. But he's not the only one using social media for faith ends. It seems Pope Francis is the most influential church leader on Twitter, with the highest number of retweets in the world. And on the screen in front of me, I've got his Twitter feed. All sorts of uplifting sentiments with his coming among us. Jesus came close to us and encountered us. Also today, through the sacraments, he encounters us. And on his return from Rio, he says how lovely it is to be back, but what an uplifting time it was there. And the Archbishop of Canterbury is also an assiduous tweeter. I've now got his page in front of us. You are not alone and you can change the world. That's a tweet from Walsingham, the great shrine in Norfolk. But other faiths are also using social media. Sikhism uses these not to convert, but to provide focus for the faith. Daljit Makan is a spokesman for Sikh affairs in Leicester.
The Sikh religion, interestingly, doesn't proselytize or evangelize. It's a means of keeping the fold together. It's a means of increasing communication amongst the very diverse global Sikh diaspora and bringing us, not only us closer together, but also closer to our spiritual home in the Punjab, India. We're also seeing that congregations within the Gurdwara, the Sikh places of worship, are increasing because of the awareness of events or functions, the communication of those functions in advance through internet and social media.
Daljit Makan. Pastor Todd has no doubts about the importance for faith communities of digital communication.
The truth is that if you want to be relevant in 21st century culture, and certainly if you want to be relevant to a new generation, to young people, then they are not optional extras. They are an absolute necessity for churches, because the truth is, contrary to common perception, that generation are not closed to Christianity. They are really very open to it. And if we can engage them, then I believe that they will come along to church, and we've certainly seen that at the Junction Church in Loughborough.
That was Pastor Roy Todd ending that report from John Florence. You're listening to BBC Radio Leicester. The time is exactly 7:30.